All right, everyone, let's get started. It's time to do a quick market analysis. It's been some time since I did a market analysis. In fact, I usually do this on Monday, but yesterday we didn't have electricity. There was something, some roadworks, whatever. So I couldn't really do a video yesterday. So I'm doing it today. Well, the markets, as you can see today, are looking a little bit red, but in fact, we can see that it's not really a major pullback or a correction or anything like that. Bitcoin is pretty much at the same price as it was yesterday. The same goes for Ethereum, same goes for BNB. XRP is a little bit down 2.5%, slightly more than the other coins here in the top 10. And Solana is the other one who has now dropped below $30. It is 3% down in the last 24 hours. It's $28. I personally feel that Solana is a very good catch at this price, even though there's been quite a lot of issues with the network this year. For pretty much the whole of this year, they've been having so many attacks and things and exploits. But quite frankly, I don't think that Solana is going to fade away and that it's going to keep struggling. I personally feel that the developers are going to finally sort it out. And during the next bull run, Solana is probably going to be quite a strong contender. This is why if you're accumulating already, $28, anywhere below $30 for Solana is a very good price. Also, Matic is down 1.50% since yesterday, 88 cents. Again, below 90 cents for Matic, this is a very good price. I'm going to go into the Bitcoin chart in just a moment and I'll analyze different time frames. But before that, this here is the Bitcoin rainbow chart. As you can see, right now we are at the bottom of this rainbow chart. We are in the blue region, let's call it a region. And historically, this has been a perfect accumulation zone. Every time we go into this blue region, it indicates that we are at bottom levels. It indicates that we are bottoming out. So right now we can safely assume that we are close to our bottom, if not already at bottom levels. We saw that back in March 2020 when we actually hit $4,000. It went around $4,500, and that was quite a good accumulation zone here. And after that, of course, we had quite a strong rally. We went into 60,000, 67,000. So this is definitely a good indicator that right now it's already a good accumulation zone for us. We also did the same back in 2019 when we actually dropped around $3,000 and we were in the blue accumulation zone. And after that, we did have quite a decent rally to 14,000, which was in the summer of 2019. And before that, we did it in the beginning of 2017, just before the biggest rally that happened throughout that year. I mean, in the space of 1 year, we did something like 2,000% gains, of course. So if you are accumulating at this point, or if you are thinking of accumulating at this point, I personally feel that these are very good price levels. Now, of course, it is possible that we drop a little bit lower. It is possible that we go to the 17,000 region, and many people are calling for Bitcoin to go to 12,000, which I personally, right now, I'm not really seeing that happening. I feel that 17,000 and 16,000 and even 15,000 are going to be support levels that are going to hold us, that are going to stop us from reaching the dreadful 13 or 12,000 level that many people are calling for. But again, as soon as we start going upwards, as soon as we see a little bit of a rally, everyone is calling for 100x Bitcoin. And as soon as we see a drop and a bit of a bearish action, everyone starts calling for 12k or even 10k Bitcoin, which, as I said many times already on this channel, I'm saying that I don't see a strong case for Bitcoin going down to these price levels. I see it as a possibility, but I don't really see it as the most likely scenario. And I'm going to go into the charts and have a look. But before that, if you want to win more than $4,000 in prizes for contests and welcome bonuses, make sure that you join BitGet, which is one of our sponsors and one of the exchanges that I'm currently using quite a lot. Let's have a look at why I'm using it and why I'm recommending it. And then we're going to go into the Bitcoin chart. One of our partners is BitGet, a crypto exchange I use a lot right now to trade with zero fees. Yes, you heard that right. Spot trading with zero fees, welcome bonuses and rewards for well over $4,000 and no KYC for up to 20 Bitcoin daily withdrawal. It was launched in late 2018 and it's one of the world's leading cryptocurrency exchanges with a core focus on social trading. They already amassed over 2 million active users in more than 50 countries around the world, and they have licenses in the US and Canada. They also offer step-by-step tutorials for novice traders and the very popular copy trading service where you can follow experienced traders and copy their trades on autopilot if you're not very confident in your own trading skills. I dropped my invite link in the description below for you. Make sure that you use it to register and get the welcome bonus, as well as their affiliate program, through which you can earn more than $3,000 bonus. They pay you 30% commissions on every trade your friends make, so this can be an additional passive income stream. And that's not all. Aside from spot markets, BitGet also offers futures trading, a launchpad for newly listed IEOs, interest-bearing accounts to maximize profits on your crypto holdings, yield farming through their launch pool, and much more. They just announced a huge partnership with Messi on his last year of the World Cup. This is quite a big deal, not only for football or soccer fans around the world, but it also places them in the top crypto brands right now, making it a serious competitor amongst all of the crypto exchanges in the world. Yet another reason why I'm very proud to have them as a worthy partner of this channel and one of our top supporters, along with Ledger, Keystone, Token Metrics, and many other major crypto players who've been supporting our community throughout the years. Sign up today with the invite link in the description of this video. Alright, well, let's start first with the daily chart on Bitcoin. We've been forming this triangle for quite some time now. It's back in August that we actually started forming this downwards diagonal trend line. And so far, we've been respecting this trend line all up until 2 days ago when we finally broke out of this triangle. We broke on the upside, but we're now doing a pullback. We're testing actually this trend line. We will see if we're going to break it or not. This is the very important test that I'm waiting for, because we actually broke from this triangle twice already on the downside. This was a clear liquidity grab. As you can see, we actually came down below a support level, just a little bit below that support level, just so that we can liquidate all the orders that were placed around this level, all the stop orders as well. And we did that again on the 21st of October. We actually broke another support level here that we have been forming previously. This was a support level at 18,800 that we respected a few times already. As you can see, 3 times we actually came to that level and we bounced up from there. This time we briefly broke below it and then we very quickly came back up. This was another liquidity grab. And yesterday we actually did the same thing, but on the upside. We came all the way to a resistance level, the 19,600 resistance. We break above it just very briefly so that we can liquidate the orders that were sitting around this level, and then we started pulling back. So right now we are doing this pullback. The big question remains whether we will respect this support line, this diagonal support line that we have been forming all the way since 20th of September, or are we going to break below it? This is the major retest that I'm waiting for before I jump into a trade. Now, if we actually bounce on the upside from here, this is going to be quite bullish. It will indicate that this support is holding us and that we are ready to make another attempt at breaking above our resistance and going for the 20 and 21,000, which are the next resistance levels. So these are the resistance levels on the way up that we are going to be challenging. But of course, before that, we have to break the current resistance level, 19,680. And our last attempt at that level failed, so we'll see if we'll manage to do it this time. Breaking this support line will actually send us through the 18,000 support level, perhaps even lower. I mean, if the 18,300 support level doesn't hold us, we could actually go into my ideal accumulation zone that I have drawn previously, which is sitting in the 17,500 region. This is my ideal accumulation zone. I do believe that we are going to come eventually and retest this support level. This is a support level that, in my opinion, is going to hold us. I personally do not see a very strong case for Bitcoin going to 12,000 or 13,000 at this point. Not yet. It is still possible that we go there. perhaps next year, but we'll have to see what is the price action then. For the moment, I'm personally seeing that 17,000 level is going to hold us. It's going to provide a very decent support for us, and most likely if we even come to test this level, we're going to bounce from there and we're going to make another relief rally after that. So this is what I'm personally expecting for the moment. Now let's take a look at the weekly so that we can see the longer time frame and see what we can expect in the longer term. Well, the first thing that I'm seeing here is overbought RSI. Not in the extreme overbought region, but still quite high here, and is just crossing on the downside. So this is indicating a bearish price action that is coming. If we zoom out, however, we can see that quite clearly we are way below the 21st and the 34th moving averages. These are the exponential moving averages. On the weekly, these moving averages are quite important for me. I personally want to see us breaking through the 21st moving average at least, and that could indicate a bullish price action. That could indicate a turning of the trend. However, our last attempt, we did have actually a couple of attempts, and both times we failed. First of all, last December, we were close to this moving average and we failed to break above it, so we continued our downtrend. Then in March we managed to break above it very briefly for just a week, just over a week. We stayed above this moving average and then we fell back below it. So while we are below this moving average, and of course the 34th as well, but the 21st is the first that we are going to reach, while we are below this moving average, we are still looking bearish. I want us to see a nice push towards the 21st moving average. Of course, at first, I'm expecting this to act as a strong resistance, so I don't really expect us to break it at the first attempt. This moving average is going to act as a strong resistance. Well, right now, this is sitting at almost 22,000 actually, but of course, over time, it's going to drop even further. So if it takes us a few weeks to get to that moving average, at this point, I'm expecting that it will actually coincide with our resistance that is at 22,300. So most likely, this is the resistance that we have to watch out for. This is the 22,200, 22,300. This region here is the one that is going to be quite a big challenge for us, that we are most likely going to get rejected from. So on the way up, we have a few resistance levels that so far we are failing. The first one being 19,600, the second one being 20,500, and the third one being 22,200, 22,300, somewhere there. This is the range. These are the resistance levels that we have to break if we are to turn the trend. Until then, we haven't really flipped that trend. We are still in a downtrend and we can expect further bearish price action. So further bearish price action is going to take us to the 18,000 level again, is going to take us to 17,000 level, a level that we haven't revisited in quite some time now. Last time we actually managed to touch this level, it was back in June. So since June, we have not revisited this level, and I'm expecting that if we are to continue our bearish price action, we are going to revisit that level. And as I said, I'm expecting that it would hold us. At least at first, it would hold us. But once we get there, depending, of course, on our volume or our price action, we will see how the charts are looking at that point, and we're going to anticipate whether we will be going further down or whether we will be bouncing on the way up. If we are going further down, we do have a few more support levels before we get to the 12,000 level that everyone is talking about. We have a support at 16,000. We have another support at 15,200, another support at 13,200. And only then, if we break all of these support levels, we can talk about 12,000 Bitcoin. For the time being, I'm not really seeing a very strong case for 12,000 Bitcoin, but it is possible. It is one of the possibilities. Maybe not the most likely scenario, but it's important to be aware of what are all of the scenarios. And lastly, before I leave you, let's look at the short term. So I'm looking at the 4 hour, not exactly very short term, but still much shorter term. Well, I'm liking this triangle that we are forming here right now because this is quite a bullish one. And if we break above this from this triangle on the upside, which is what I'm expecting, this will be a confirmation of a short term bull rally that could actually take us above the 19,000, above the 19,600 in fact. This is the main resistance that we have to challenge right now. So for the time being, we are actually looking bullish in the short term. This here looks to me like it wasn't just a fake out. Most likely we are going to find the support here and we're going to bounce upwards, confirming this bullish price action for the short term. But bear in mind, we do have, in just a week from now, we do have the new Federal Reserve meeting that they're going to announce the new interest rates hike. Whether they will hike the interest rates or not, but most likely they will. So this is yet another event that we have to watch out for, because if they raise interest rates more than the 75 points that everyone expects, then we're not going to be bullish anymore. But if they raise interest rates less than the 75 points that everyone expects, this will be quite bullish for Bitcoin, and this is what could actually take us above this resistance and onto the next resistance, which is at 20,500. Also, at the same time, we do have stochastic RSI being quite bullish. It's going in the oversold region, and as it comes into that oversold region, we bounce on the upside, and this is in terms of price as well. So this is why I'm expecting a confirmation of our uptrend right now, finding support here, bouncing on the upside, and for the rest of this week, I'm expecting that we will be challenging the 19,500 and possibly even over the weekend. And lastly, another thing that I want to point out here is, as you can see, as we are correcting here in price, as we are pulling back in price, we are also dropping in volume, meaning that people are not really willing to be selling Bitcoin as the price is going down, meaning most of these traders are expecting prices to go up. They're happy to hold Bitcoin at this point. We are not seeing any major sell-offs. This is a bullish indicator as well. So quite a few indicators right now that at least in the short term, we are expecting a bullish price action. Alright, well, this is everything for today's episode. I hope this is helping, and of course, if it does, show your support, leave a like and a comment below, share this with someone else who would also benefit from watching it, and make sure that you check out the links in the description below, where I drop the links to all of the crypto services that I'm personally using and that I recommend to you, plus my invite link for BitGet. And while you're here, just pick another one of my videos.